You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Tuesday, the 29th of August. Indian capital gears up to host crucial G20 Summit. Pakistan ex-PM Imran Khan's graft conviction suspended. And drought dents Sri Lanka's economy's hopes, farmers' livelihoods. And now for all the details. Grand preparations are underway in New Delhi as India is set to host the crucial G20 Summit on September 9th and 10th. Public spaces across the national capital are getting spruced up, while security has been beefed up in the run-up to the event. The group of 20 is made up of 19 countries as well as the European Union. The annual summit witnesses world leaders discussing global issues like environment, trade and economy. Public holidays have also been announced in Delhi from September 8th to 10th with the closure of banks and commercial establishments. As part of the preparations, multiple hotels have been earmarked for the attendees.
दिल्ली पूरी तरीके से अपने मेहमानों के स्वागत के लिए तैयार है। दिल्ली वाले तैयार हैं। दिल्ली को सजाया गया है। जो मुख्य मार्ग हैं आप देख सकते हैं, वहाँ पे साफ सफाई की व्यवस्था की जा रही है, सड़कों की मरम्मत की गई है, रीसरफेसिंग की गई है, फूल, पौधे, प्लांट्स लगाए गए हैं।
And India assumed the G20 presidency last December and has held a series of meetings since then in major cities before the main summit. During the two-day event, India hopes to forge agreement among members on matters ranging from reforms of multilateral banks to developing a global approach on cryptocurrencies. And ahead of Chinese President Xi Jinping's visit to India for the G20 Summit, Beijing on Monday released a standard map which shows the Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh as Chinese territory. The map also depicts parts of India's Ladakh region occupied by Beijing during 1962 Indo-China War as part of China. The recent aggression comes amid India's repeated concern about issues along the Indo-China border. The relation between the two Asian supergiants has been sour since the armies of the two countries engaged in a deadly clash in the Galwan Valley in 2020. Recently, on the sidelines of BRICS Summit, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in a brief conversation with the Chinese President, had also called on Beijing to respect the LAC in order to bring normalcy in bilateral ties. And in a major relief for former Premier Imran Khan, the Islamabad High Court on Tuesday suspended Khan's conviction in the Toshakhana case. Earlier this month, the trial court had sentenced the PTI party supremo to 3 years jail for unlawfully selling state gifts during his tenure as the Prime Minister. He was also barred by the Election Commission from holding any public office for 5 years. While the Islamabad High Court has ordered Khan's release on bail, it remains uncertain whether he'll be freed as there are court orders for his arrest in other cases. Meanwhile, widespread demonstrations are taking place across Pakistan due to inflated electricity bills amid record high inflation. Take a look. Massive protests have erupted across Pakistan as people have expressed anger over inflated electricity bills despite less consumption. In a demonstration in Karachi, people also burned and tore down their bills in a symbolic act of resistance. The protesters said overbilling has become a norm due to a nexus between corrupt officials and power distribution companies. They blamed the government for not considering the plight of the common man amid the ongoing economic crisis.
इदारों में काम कर रहे हैं बड़े अफसर, उनको किस बात की बिजली फ्री में दी जा रही है भाई? उनको क्यों नहीं दिया जा रहे पैकेज? उनके ऊपर क्यों टैक्स नहीं लगाए जा रहे भाई? क्या ये सिर्फ हम ही लोगों को पीसना है, आवाम को पीसना है? तो भाई ये सारे मिलके जो जातियां कर रहे हैं, इससे पहले कि लोग आवाम खड़ी हो जाए, ये लोग बाज आ जाएं.
The ongoing situation has underscored the country's challenges with costly power infrastructure and commitments that citizens are finding increasingly difficult to sustain.
एक तो लाइट जाती है 4-4 घंटे, हैं लोड शेडिंग इतनी की हुई है इन लोगों ने, और जो है ना बिल इतने ज़्यादा बढ़ा दिए हैं. क्या कर सकते हैं बताओ, गरीब आदमी क्या करे? गैस की 2 साल हो गए लोड शेडिंग है, बिजली है तो नहीं है, तो गरीब आदमी कहाँ तक पूरा करेगा ये बताओ. लकड़ियाँ जला रहे हैं, आओ आके देखो हमारे घर में.
Well, the Bangladesh's cabinet on Monday approved the draft of the new Cyber Security Act 2023, replacing the much-debated Digital Security Act 2018, criticized by many as a draconian curb on dissent. 4 non-bailable offences: accessing critical information illegally, damaging computer systems, cyber terrorism and hacking, have been kept in the final draft. Stakeholders and human rights organizations have, however, lamented that no major changes have been brought except for reducing the punishment and making some sections bailable. PM Sheikh Hasina has maintained tight control since coming to power in 2009 and has been accused by opposition groups of cracking down on free speech, muzzling dissent and jailing critics. Western governments and rights groups have also criticized the government for cracking down on anti-government protest. Moving on, the drought in Sri Lanka due to climate change is threatening the country's summer rice harvest, leading to reduced yields and severely affecting the farmers. A report.
The drought in Sri Lanka due to climate change is severely affecting farmers, leading to reduced yields and impacting the country's overall economy. The island's economy was crushed last year by its worst financial crisis, caused by a severe shortage of foreign exchange reserves. But even before the country's agriculture sector could recover from skyrocketing prices, the rains failed. 63-year-old farmer H.J.M. Senivaratne was seen slicing through yellowed paddy stems, crisped by a drought that has destroyed over 95% of his crop.
ජලය නැහැ. ඉතින් අපි දැන් සල්ලි වලට තමයි වතුර ගන්නත් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ලීටරයක් රුපියල් 3ක් වගේ මුදලක් දීලා තමයි ගන්න වෙන්නේ. අර දැන් ඒකත් ඒ වතුර මේ කෑන් එකකුත් දින 3කට වගේ තමයි සෑහෙන්නේ. බීමට පමණයි. ඉතින් අනිත් වැඩ කරගන්න ඉතින් ඔය එහෙම තමයි හොයාගන්නේ පාරේ තියෙන ලිංග වලින්.
Rice is the staple food of the country's 22 million people and its biggest crop. Senivaratne's family estimates that they need at least $46 per month for essentials, but with their rice crop gone and barely any seed paddy for the next season in October, they worry for their future. Sri Lanka has so far ruled out rice imports this year, a statement from the President's office said, as regions that have escaped the drought have produced higher yields.
බත්තු යාගෙන කෑවා. දැන් එහෙම කන්න අපහසුයි. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දවසට දෙවේලක් තමයි උයන්නේ. එක වේලක් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් තේ ටිකක් බීලා කොහොම හරි ඉන්නවා.
And people in India's southern Kerala state on Tuesday thronged temples wearing traditional clothes to offer prayers on the occasion of the harvest festival of Onam. The festival traditionally celebrates the homecoming of mythical King Mahabali, who is believed to come from the netherworld to check on his citizens. Every year, those who celebrate the harvest festival bath, offer prayers and decorate their homes with flowers.
Connected to the Onam. There is a legend behind this Onam, that once Kerala was ruled by Asura Chakravarti, Mahabali. So during his period, the people were happy and everything was abundant. Especially there is no shortage of food. There is a friendly relation with all the people and calm situation was there.
Well, Onam is long awaited across Kerala as it is believed the harvest festival heralds prosperity and happiness in the society. People also participate in fun activities like dancing and swinging. Several cultural events were also organized on the occasion, which witnessed youngsters taking part with much enthusiasm along with grand feasting. Well, that's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.